Muy buenas tardes, mi gente. Today is Friday, July 19, 2024. Yes. Es viernes y el cuerpo lo sabe, raza. I know, right? This week was here in the LA area super freaking hot. It is summer, so it is obviously expected. Please remember to stay hydrated, guys. Especially my guys, los primos. I know que les gusta sus cervezas, pero a little bottle of water here and there won't do any harm. I promise you guys. Quería mandar mis saludos, como siempre, a mi mom. Hi, mom. I want to send saludos to la comadre. Very nice days. I had the honor of sitting down with her yesterday. I gave her a full-on interview. You can catch that tomorrow. Estábamos ahí en el chisme and I was like, comadre, this has been the easiest and funnest hour I have ever interviewed somebody in. And she's like, ¿a poco ya es una hora? It was an hour, guys. So lots of fun, very nice, beautiful woman inside and out. Like I said, you can catch that interview tomorrow, Saturday. Y pues, what else can I say, guys? Stay cool. The weekend, a lot of different events going around everywhere. Look for them. You will find them. Mucho car show ahorita. Obviously, again, like I mentioned, it is summer, so it's the season. Lots of shows. Catch those también. Make it a family weekend. Whatever it is you guys are going to do, please be safe about it. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about a message I received from one of my followers. Thank you so much. She chose to remain anonymous. Before we get into the story that she sent me, I would like to please give a warning right now. I'm going to be talking situations for adult audiences, mature audiences. So this is your warning, guys. You have been apprised. Just thought I would throw that out there. And again, this is what she wrote. I'm sorry. I know I have told you guys before on Instagram and even Facebook. I get a lot of messages. I do. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with them because it's hard. You know, I go on there. I'm a selfish social media person. I'll post and that's it. Ya me voy. I'll come back a little later and ya si miro the notifications, I'll open them, and sometimes I'm like busy, so I'll be like, I'll get back to them, and I don't. So I apologize if you have reached out to me y no les he contestado. My apologies to you. I promise I eventually will. This specific message for some reason went to my requests. This comadre, la comadre says she follows me, again, like I said, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hi, comadre. And for some reason, that message was just stuck in my requests. When I go into requests, obviously, you guys know it's mainly spam. It's all sexual stuff. Nobody really cares about. So I was cleaning that out this morning, and I seen, hey, comadre. So I was like, okay, that's personal. So I got all excited and I clicked on it, and I'm thankful I did because salió todo un rollo ahí en ese message. So I will get into that right now. But once again, guys, I want to tell you I love you with all my heart. I appreciate you guys having confianza with me and telling me your situations, your life stories. She chose to stay anonymous. Totally okay. A lot of you guys, as you already know, you do tell me and share a lot of things, and that doesn't leave here. Aquí se queda. And I just appreciate the love you guys have for me. Just know it's right back to you guys. If you have situations or stories that you want to share, you want to put out as an awareness or a warning or whatever it is, feel free to do so. I will keep you anonymous, just like la comadre from Albuquerque. We need to stick together as parents. We need to just keep our kids safe, guys. That's where it's at. Whatever your story is, whatever you're dealing with, if you feel like you need to share but you're too shy, or you just don't want to be the face behind the message, we can share it anyway. Do not feel bad, and let's make this happen. All right, so going back to this, like, she sent me message after. It was just so much, so I'm just gonna read off of here. Dice aquí, buenos dias, comadre. First of all, I would like to wish you a happy Monday. Told you guys this was on Monday. Dice, congratulations on your show turning 3. Thank you so much. I just did a video on that. Yes, it is a big milestone to me. Dice, I don't know if you have any footage or if you're gonna put up an episode, but I would love to see how you guys celebrated your anniversary. Sorry. So there was some little clips here and there. Andaba yo bien emocionada ahí con todo el alboroto. I didn't get a chance to record too much, but what I do have, I will put out. Obviously, you guys are curious to see what happened, what it was. That day, I actually met for the first time also a really good friend of mine, Jay. I had been friends with him on Instagram for about 2 years. I actually owed him of like pictures on his car. He has classic Camaros. So I told him, you know what, bring him by, let me meet you, I'll give you pictures that I owe you, let's make this happen. And he did. So that was really, really fun. I love you guys. Like I said, I will not stop telling you guys how much I appreciate my following. Like I always say, you guys are my social media family. So if you see me around, don't be shy, salúdenme. Obviously, I'm always with the family. I promise you guys, we do not bite. So then she goes on to, I want to wish you a continued success, and it is my dream to meet you one day in person. How exciting, right? She says, I will hopefully be traveling to LA sometime by the end of the year. Maybe I can message you when I am in town, and I can hook up with you and get one of your famous comadre mugs. Of course, once you get here, let me know. We will make this happen. I love you guys. Okay, dice aquí. Now I want to share with you some troubling situation that just happened to me over the weekend. Quiero que por favor hagas un video. She wants me to please do a video to, I'll just translate, to let people know the awareness that guys, children / kids can also be sexual predators. Yes, oh my God. So this happened over the weekend. That is why I would rather stay anonymous, because as of right now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It was a big situation, and a serious one at that. Dice aquí, I am a single mother. I have 2 daughters. And I know that this could have been possibly prevented on my end if I would have took more caution. Dice, we live in a very tight-knit community. Everybody is close. The people we know, considered the circle, has been going to school with my kids since day 1. My oldest is 15, my youngest is 13. They have a house which will be no names, and everybody in this little circle always goes to this house to hang out Fridays or Saturdays, obviously after school. it's a weekend hangout. The family I had thought was super amazing for all these years turns out has, I think, a deeper secret, and it's a scary one. 2 months ago, my oldest daughter refused to go hang out. My youngest daughter, the 13-year-old, got all crazy and started arguing with the older one because my rule is if your sister doesn't go, neither do you. My oldest daughter said, I'm not going. I don't care if you're mad. She slammed the door to her room. That was the end of that. My younger daughter was in a mood. She got over it eventually, and that was the end of that. That is when I thought things were really strange because for many years this has been the house to go to. Well, my oldest continued to be weird when it came to going to that house. Even the girl that lives in the house that's her age, my daughter kept avoiding her. And it just seemed so weird because they were kind of besties. In this nameless house, you have 4 children, which one is an adult male. They have a 13-year-old like mine. They have a 16-year-old daughter. They have a 19-year-old daughter, and the oldest son is 22 years old. This is a hard-working home where the father is always working. Just recently, the mom picked up a job, which is part-time at a Walmart. I'll say that much. But she is always home on the weekends anyway. Well, this past weekend, things were kind of crazy. I noticed my 13-year-old daughter acting really weird when I picked her up from this house. I made an okay with her, an acceptance, to let her go by herself because my oldest just does not want to go over there anymore. Well, after talking with my daughter, when I picked her up, I smelled alcohol on her breath, so I gave her the 3rd degree. La quería ahorcar. Of course, she's 13 years old. What mother wouldn't, right? I got her in the house. I was yelling at her. I was ready to literally kill her. And my oldest daughter came out of her room because, of course, all the yelling and the screaming. My daughter's really dramatic. Yes. And she intervened, and she started yelling at my youngest daughter as well, and turned around and told me, Mom, this is why I don't want to go over there, and you let her go anyways. So I turned around and I said, why? What do you guys do over there? And she said, you name it, that's what goes on over there. She says, so-and-so, name the 3 girls, invite us all over there to go hook up with their brother. So I told her, what the heck do you mean? She said, yes, Mom, wake up. She names the 3 girls again and says they invite all of us, their friends, to go over there and hook up with their brother. So I told her, hook up in what way? She says, Mom. And she named another girl, says she's pregnant by him. I felt my heart drop. I can't even explain the goosebumps in my ears, in my stomach, everywhere. Comadre, this child is also 16 years old. After sitting down, I started to cry because I cannot believe what my daughter is just telling me. So she goes on to tell me, it gets worse, Mom. And she names another girl and says she just told me last week that she thinks she's pregnant from him as well. Okay, the rest I will tell you guys. This is just the beginning of it. Supposedly these three sisters call all their friends. This is the hangout spot. The mother's there from time to time. She'll leave, but of course the rest of the kids don't say what goes on in this house and that there is no adult supervision. Okay, according to La Comadre, her 13-year-old and her 16-year-old never hooked up with this guy, but there is smoking pot in the backyard. They're obviously getting all drunk, and this guy not only sleeps with them there in his house, in his room, he takes turns with these girls during the time they're hanging out. So while everybody's out here doing this and that, he's in there with one girl. He's done with her, calls the next one in, y así sigue. He is a 22-year-old man. That is a man, okay? The comadre says she confronted the mother. She went over there and told them, hey, so-and-so, I picked her up right now and anda borracha. The mother's like, oh, well, I wasn't here. I'm not aware of what they were doing because obviously I just got home. Comadre says that the father was still not home. He was at work, so all she dealt with was the señora, la mamá. So le dijo, well, you know, there's a problem here now that I hear that you don't sit here and watch these kids while they hang out. La señora dijo, you know, all these kids are big. They don't need me to sit here and babysit, blah, blah, blah. If there was an issue, then everybody should keep their kids at home. La señora, la comadre, se puso bien enojada. Dijo, hey, why is your sudden change in attitude? Oh, everybody should keep their kids at home. She mentioned that when they were younger, they would take turns hosting for the kids because there is una bolita. There's about 7 or 8 of them, she said. So it's kind of like, she said, I felt betrayed that she threw that out there at me, trying to justify what was going on in her house. Comadre says that she told the señora, did you know that your son has so-and-so pregnant? All this drama broke off from that. The señora says that according to her, her son is a boy because he's still at home. La comadre argued and said, no, your son is not a boy just because he's never been married or left your house. He is a 22-year-old man that should know better than to be messing with kids that are underage. The older sister got involved on that end, the 19-year-old. She started yelling at La Comadre and, you know, saying the same thing, that it wasn't rape. What's the big deal? That all these little girls are okay with it, that they like coming to hang out with him, and that it's their problem if they allow him to fill them up and this and that. What kind of freaking excuse are you giving to protect your freaking brother? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with the mother? La comadre says that she got into an argument with her too. She says, you know what? You're 19 years old. You're an adult by the time you turn 18. How dare you this and that? She says she called her a bitch. She called her out of her name. A bunch of stuff were just said back and forth. She's standing there with her drunk 13-year-old. La otra, her comadre's older daughter, the 16-year-old, she didn't want to come. She just said, I'm not going. This comadre said that she went straight to the pregnant girl's house and she told the mother. She said, hey, I just picked up my kid earlier. I went back over there. This and this and that. Obviously, everybody was already gone by the time comadre went back a reclamar, you know, that my daughter is drunk. This and this is what's going on. The other little 16-year-old kid's mom, the one that's pregnant, called her out of the room, and it's sure enough, ahí está panzona. Supposedly she's about 3 months pregnant. Comadre didn't want to make another escándalo and call in the other little girl that just turned out pregnant last week. She says maybe it's a scare, maybe it's not even nothing. She says, so I didn't want to pull them into it yet. She says, but every parent here, over there, has dropped the ball by thinking this was a house that we could trust. I agree. You know, hay el dicho, uno nunca sabe. You never know. You never know, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and accuse everybody of being the worst, because it's not true. But at the same time, just like the saying goes, you never know. There's another saying, the devil never sleeps. This guy, this man, he's 22 years old. Of course, he knows what the hell he is doing. Comadre's older daughter, the 16-year-old, told her that if he's not taking these girls in the room, he'll take them away in his car, disappear, do whatever they do, and come back. Comadre says that talking to her daughter, she says, I interrogated both of them. I blackmailed them, de todo. Dice que hasta se las chingó. Like, okay, good. You know, I'm not for child abuse. I'm not for, you know, corporal punishment. But sometimes you need to. And this is a situation where if you know all this has been going on, how are you okay with just going to go hang out and this and that? She didn't say she beat them. She said she slapped them, both of them, in the mouth and this and that for being stupid. I understand. I'm a mother of 2 girls. I would be furious myself and scared and everything else and in doubt. Because she says, I at this point don't even know if my kids did go sleep with this man or not. She said, that's why I am so angry that all of this happened, that his younger sisters are luring all these girls just so their brother could get a pick. I totally understand with you, and as funny as it sounds, and maybe even innocent if you look at it from different ways. See, I'm gonna say that because I ended up with my husband by a hookup that way. His cousin was so persistent. Get with my cousin, get with my cousin, get with my cousin. Finally, I listened to her. She was my best friend, and I ended up getting with her cousin. But again, like I said, it could be something more innocent. We were 16 at that time, and he is only 1 year older than me. And it was nothing like this mess right here about smoking pot and getting all drunk and taking these girls in. So I understand where she says that children/kids can be sexual predators too. His sisters know what they're doing. They think it's cute to, hey, come over here, my brother. No. She wanted me, la comadre, to please throw it out there. If you are a working parent, please make sure what your kids are doing. And I agree. Lots of us, desgraciadamente, are single parents, and we have to work extra hard, double shifts, everything else. When our kids hit a certain age, it's kind of hard to, why should they need a babysitter if they can sit here? Make sure they're just sitting there and not doing all this hosting, these kind of hookups. It's ugly. It's ugly. The mother there, I get it. All her kids are older. She has a 16, a 14, a 19, and the 22-year-old guy. I understand. They don't need to be closely watched. But then again, do they? Like, how dare she sit here and say, oh, my son's still a boy. He is not a boy. He is not a boy. I don't know, guys, but it is sad. It is scary. And La Comadre said that she knows, as a matter of fact, there have been 10 girls that have been sexually intimate with this man. 10 girls. That is disgusting. This guy is a freaking child molester, because I don't care if they're 15, 16, like, he is 22 years old. These are children. These girls aren't even fully developed yet, if you guys know what I mean. Like, what is he doing. So yes, I totally agree with her. She says she's not sure if she's gonna report him to the police. I said do it. I said do it. One thing is, okay, and it's not even, excusable that he's being with one of these girls. It could happen, the older one, 19 years old. Maybe her friend's 19 también. Maybe she's 17, 18, close in age. And the brother's trying to go out with her. It can happen. 1. But 10? No. 10, that is like an operation for rape, or I don't know what the hell is going on in that house. But if it's 10 girls that she confirmed, what is the number of the unconfirmed girls that have also hooked up with this pig? Es un puerco. How else can you name this guy? Alright guys, so yeah, that's what I have for you today. I know it is not a pleasant story, pero sí es algo de pensar y echar ojo. Like I said, when our kids are little, por chiquitos los cuidamos, and when they're bigger, like my mom says, por grandes también los cuida uno. And our job is never done, guys, never done. So yes, like I said, especially today that it is Friday, echen ojo a ver qué está haciendo la bolita. Don't be surprised. Go. Who cares if they call you a smother like I get called? I don't care. To me, I have one job in this world, and that is my girls. If I can't do that, what can I say about myself? Alright, raza, con eso los dejo. Again, it's Friday. El cuerpo lo sabe, but please do not drink and drive, guys. It is not worth it. Call the nephew, call your mother, call somebody, but don't get behind that wheel. Alright guys, con eso los dejo. Los adoro. Bye.